Hello, just got the announcement of the new LEGO Ideas set, which is coming out either at the end of January this month or February 1st. It is the Medieval Blacksmith. It looks great and actually looks better than I thought it would. And the fact that it's a blacksmith doesn't really matter too much, because I feel like externally you can't even, it does, you can tell it's a blacksmith, but because it's got so much detail, you could use it for something else. Like you could use it as a pub or something, or you could use it as just a house that someone's living in, because it just looks like an old style house that perhaps that could be from a village, because some of the villages near where I live have houses that actually look like this, and they look really good. And the external detail with the wooden framing it works so well, and it was something that worked great on the original design that the person who designed it submitted, but it looks really good on this too. And I actually prefer it to the original person's design in some ways, because I like the fact that the roof is done in green and blue. It's got a nice variety of colour, and the fact they've used shield pieces to get texture for the roof also looks really good, and I haven't really seen that done very much in sets. It's quite unusual to see that. And the fact that it's like got that same sort of almost run down look like the fishing store has also works really well. It hasn't got it on the same level, but it's still got that rustic feel to it, especially with the stone steps going up to the top levels of it. I also like the look of the design they've done for the door. The door looks really good. It looks like it's actually like made to look like it's wooden. I'm not sure if that's brick built or if it's an actual door piece, and I don't know if it's got a sticker or if that's a print. I'm hoping it's a print, because that would be great, because it looks like it's got like dashes on the door design, like it's got like cracks in the wood, which is pretty cool, and that would be useful as well if you was going to use that piece for your own mocks and designs. That would be really cool. Can't tell from the picture if it has any minifigures with it or not. I would hope it does, but then usually minifigures are usually shown on the outside of a build when they announce them, so I'm wondering if maybe this is supposed to be an abandoned medieval blacksmith, which would be alright though, because you can get minifigures from the custom minifigure series and things like that would actually fit well with this style, especially some of the knights that you get and things like that. But that being said, I think some exclusive minifigures would be pretty cool, and it's not like it'd be that difficult to include them, because they wouldn't need new head molds or anything for this sort of set, so I don't see why they wouldn't include it really. I'm not really sure if I would want to buy this set, because I think it's quite cool and it would go well with, like I said, the fishing store, because they're both sort of pretty interesting builds that are sort of old style buildings that are actually like, they're not modular buildings, but they're sort of feel like they can fit with the sort of modular style. The only thing that's different about this one to the fishing store is that one, the fishing store, was included on a base plate, which obviously is a plus for a lot of people who want to include buildings in a city or with other sets. So that's something that I wish they'd done differently, and I think would have been an improvement. But then I suppose if they're not going to make something an actual modular, then it's not really a big deal if they go the whole way against that and make it not compatible, I suppose. And I suppose based on what I can tell from the measurements of this set, it looks like that it would still be able to be put on a base plate if you wanted to put it on one, because the actual size of the base area that they've used doesn't actually look that big, so it probably would still fit. It looks like it might include some sort of wood burner or stove at the front of the build as well, and that's pretty good. I like it when they include those sort of things in sets, because when they included the outside fireplace on the Lego gingerbread house set, that worked really good. I wonder if this will include a light brick. That would be pretty good as well, although I think for the price of this set it probably won't, but it'd be good if it did. And not many ideas do include light bricks, but the fact that the gingerbread house did, and that I know that's not an idea set, but it's the same sort of size as well, and that was actually cheaper than this, so they could do. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, the price of this set is $150 US and 110 Great British pounds. I feel like that's pretty expected for a set this sort of size, because I feel like that's not that much different to the fishing store was when it came out, I believe, but I could be wrong. But I was kind of hoping it would be less. I was hoping it would be around the £85 mark, which is what is expected for the Winnie the Pooh set when that comes out, and is the same price as some other sets we've got in ideas recently, like Steamboat Willie. I mean, it's not a terrible price, but it's not great either. I don't know what the piece count is for this, so that obviously make quite a difference. But looking at this now, it doesn't look like a particularly huge build, especially when compared to the original design that the person who created it submitted. It looks significantly smaller, the final design. You can also notice that they've included the window part with the gold window panes. It looks like that's more in the roof of the building on the final design as opposed to lower down, which I actually don't mind, because I feel it looks quite cool, and it sort of is a bit more different, and I like that they've done that, and I suppose it's not exactly a bad thing at all, really. And yeah, well, although this price isn't too bad, I feel like it's the same price as the Lego Ideas Saturn V set basically, and I haven't actually got that set, so I feel like, would I get this? I don't know, because I feel like if I was going to choose between the two of those, I'd probably pick the Saturn V though, because I feel like that's probably got more interest for me, because I like space stuff and I'm not really into blacksmith stuff. I mean, like I said, it's a great set in the nostalgia of it all, and the wooden design reminds me of old style houses from villages and things, and old style pubs. But as a blacksmith itself, it doesn't really interest me, and I feel like other people might feel the same, because it's not something that's got a lot of visual detail in terms of interior wise, probably, apart from I don't know really, but outside, yeah, you can tell it is a blacksmith, but I mean, it doesn't have to be, that's why it's good. But I think that the Saturn V rocket is more likely that I'd want than this, and the fact that they've re-released that set now, so people can buy at retail price rather than having to buy it on the second-hand market, means that if I was going to choose, I probably would pick that. And also, that set, I reckon, has probably got more parts than this. But that's just what I think. It's up to you what you think, and if you want to buy this set, then I understand. And it looks like it would be a good set, and I'm sure it'll probably sell quite well. I think it will. And I won't be surprised if people don't include this on the same shelf as the old fishing store. As for me, yeah, I don't know, but there's a lot of sets coming out in January. There's loads that are coming out, and there's loads that have already come out on January 1st, like the police station modular building that's just come out, and the bonsai tree, and the flower bouquet from the botanical collection. And then you've also got some other great sets like the Technic Ferrari, and then you've also got quite a few of the Ninjago 10th anniversary sets, like the Ninja X1 Charger. So there's so much coming out, and then you got the Ninjago City Gardens, which is coming out on the 14th of January for VIPs, and that's going to be great. So I'd rather get that than this, so I'll probably be getting that. So even if I did get this set, I wouldn't be getting it a day one set, and I feel like a lot of people will probably not get this set day one because of how much has come out recently. So I feel like it's a good set, but it will be a set that will do better later in the year. And I know a lot of people would probably rather get the Winnie the Pooh Ideas set when that comes out, because obviously a lot of people like licensed stuff. I mean, I like non-licensed stuff probably more, or just as much as licensed stuff, but a lot of people like licensed stuff. And the fact that that's supposed to be cheaper means I think a lot of people will wait for that to come out and get that first before this one. Even though it makes sense that this one came out before it, because of the fact that it was announced before that set, and it's listed, if you look on, say, Wikipedia, it's listed as being in the ideas number sooner than the Winnie the Pooh. I'm looking forward to some of the other ideas sets though, more than either of those. I'm quite looking forward to when the typewriter comes out, because I love writing, and that's, I think, going to be quite cool, and hopefully that will have a moving function, a bit like the piano did, but I don't think it would be as effective because obviously a piano is meant to make a lot of music and sound, whereas a typewriter makes the clicking sound, but it's not such a big thing. But I still think it'd be cool if they could capture that. And I'm also looking forward to the Fender guitar set when that comes out, which I don't know if that will be this year or if it might not be until the beginning of actually 2022. But I still think that would be a great set, and that will go well with the grand piano set that I have, and hopefully that won't be too expensive either, because based on the original design we've seen, the piece count looks like it'd be quite low, which I actually don't mind for a change, because that means that the scale of that set compared to the grand piano might actually be quite compatible, which would be great. Anyway, I hope that you get some enjoyment out of this set if you decide to buy it or not, and otherwise I'll be looking into it and be interested in to see more and more images on this set. Thank you for listening. Feel free to like and subscribe.